that you stop to watch this video. I've got doing stuff. Okay, don't worry about it, Mackenzie. I got it, sweetie. Thank you so much, and I appreciate you because I know you're like, whoa. She's a mom of 2 young children under the age of 3 years old. So she's like, what commercial? Wait. What didn't happen here? Okay, so I know you're on it and you do a fantastic job, and I appreciate you. But then sometimes I go ahead of her, so she probably like, oh gosh, Kim is just doing the most. Let me do my job here. All right, that's what called teamwork. At least we're not letting the ball drop on each other. So thank you, Mackenzie. Okay. So Arnetta is up next, and so glad to have you here today. And Arnetta, let me just say something about this one. Okay. As cute as she is, she turned up 1,000 notches, y'all, for her I Am Healed Women's Conference. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, Arnetta, I already thought the world of you, right? But at the end of the day, when I came to your, let me put it back in this view for a second. When I came to your I Am Healed Women's Conference, I did not, you know, you don't know what you're going to necessarily experience until you experience it. What I experienced there was just, it was life-changing. The women coming and pouring our souls out and feeling in a very safe space to be able to do so. It was heartwarming, it was uplifting, it was edifying, it was restoring, it was fun, it was like sassy. It's like, hey, we get ready to do the tea and had our little hats. So you couldn't tell us nothing. We had a healing, cleansing time. So thank you for letting God use you to do the I Am Healed Women's Conference. Next year, everybody, if you didn't get to come this year, you need to be in the house. Arnetta Caldwell will help you be able to recover from divorce or heartbreak. And now it's her turn to talk. Let's go.
Oh, I want to say thank you. Thank you for being a part of the panelists at the I Am Healed Women's Conference, as well as many of you, Carrie Ann, Sharon, as well as the Sunshine Expert, Athena, you were there as well. So thank you all for coming and for supporting the vision that God has given me. So I wanted to keep the momentum up to talk about healing. I feel like it is so important for us to really be in tune with our healing journeys. Sometimes we don't talk about it enough. And so what I want to talk about, the topic was empowering your healing journey to rediscover your best self. So I just have a few points today, and I took some notes that I want to share with you today. So the first point today is all about embracing your self-awareness. I believe that that's so important, to be in tune with yourself, being in tune with how you're feeling. Maybe it's your emotions, being in tune with your strengths, your weaknesses, as well as your triggers. There's a lot of things that can trigger you on your healing journey. Maybe you feel like I was healed from that and something triggered you, and then you took a few steps back. That's okay. The most important thing is to give yourself grace on your healing journey. But an exercise that I like to teach my clients, and it's to, number one, write down in a journal, be honest with your day, all about the reflection. What worked today? What didn't work? What triggered you? What are you feeling in this moment? Sometimes we try to run from our feelings, that we don't try to sit in the feelings to understand what is God really trying to teach you through this. And I feel like that is so important, to learn the lessons, gain the blessings, but the key is to keep moving as well. The second point I want to talk about is building resilience to overcoming any adversity. So a little background story about myself was that I have faced many different adversities. That's why I feel as though I'm here to give back, to pour out what God has allowed me to go through. Sometimes we don't understand why we go through certain things in our lives, but it's all for the purpose to help someone else. I had experienced a lot of different childhood adversities, such as childhood molestation, foster care, teen pregnancy at the age of 14, and would later on in life experience going through a devastation of a divorce. And at that time, I wanted to give up on life, but the key was God. He never gave up on me. And overcoming that resilience in that time was all about my mindset. What was I telling myself? You know, sometimes we can listen to the circumstance. The circumstance may say, oh, you're going through this divorce. You're not enough. Look at you. You're not worthy. But what are you telling yourself? It's about gaining that resilient mindset. So to the audience today, I would love to share with you my free prayer affirmation cards, because I feel like it's important to affirm yourself in a positive way in what you're speaking over yourself, as well as the power of prayer. That is what really helped to get me through. And to my last point, I would like to talk about creating a vision board. That is so important. So going through my divorce, one day my little girl, she was 7, she said, Mommy, let's create a vision board. I looked at her like, little girl, I don't want to do arts and crafts. I'm hurting. I'm broken. But the key was, I realized now that God was only using her to help give me hope again and to look at a bright future despite of the circumstance of where I currently was. And sometimes we focus on what we see around us, but God is saying, no, 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 I have so much for you. It's about you creating that vision to see where he wants to take you. God says in Habakkuk 2:2, write the vision, make it plain. So that is something that really helped to move me forward, to get me on my healing journey to where I'm at today. And the key about that is keep going. Sunshine expert Athena said, try again, keep going, keep getting up. The journey may not be easy, but the journey is worth it because you are worth it. You have to believe in yourself, even when others don't believe in you. You have to celebrate yourself, even when other people are not celebrating you. So if you say, I want to create a vision board, maybe you've never created one yourself. Because of my little girl's faith, I'm now the creator, what is called the prayer vision box. And it's all about pray it, believe it, and see it. And it's about you being intentional to create and form a vision board to frame your futures and to release the shackles of your past. I really want you to move forward. I want you to live out your best life despite of the adversities that you have faced. And I want you to heal and I want you to grow. So that's where I'm at today. So definitely stay connected with me. You can stay connected with me on all social media platforms at Ernetta Caldwell, as well as next year, like Miss Kim Jacobs said, get ready for the I Am Healed conference. It's coming back. You all asked for it. And I feel like I want you to heal and live out your best life and to see the transformation in your life.
Oh, dang. If I had a mic, I'd be like, just drop the mic, because there's some good stuff that's happening on here. Ernetta Caldwell, ErnettaCaldwell.com. Y'all, you want to stay connected with her. If you are feeling broken in any way, I promise you're going to feel more restored and like you can just take on a little bit more of life's challenges, okay? ErnettaCaldwell.com. Let me put this up as well. You will be able to get your prayer affirmation cards. It's a gift. She's giving you this as a gift. So you don't have to go on and think that you're going to have to pay for it. I am confident I'm enough. It's a whole group of prayer affirmation cards just so you can be encouraged on your journey. So thank you so much, Ernetta Caldwell. Let me put that link directly to the prayer cards, and it is right on her website. And it's under the product page, but the link is in the comments section. But if you're listening, it's ErnettaCaldwell.com, and then go to the product page. The prayer affirmation gifts are there for you to receive. So anybody have any questions, comments? Anybody, feel free. And I do see comments in the studio audience as well. Let me put this one up. Vicki, girl, our expert of many hats, Vicki L. Evans, because she wears so many hats, she wasn't able to be on today, but I'm telling you, she has some upcoming performances and things in the community that you want to be a part of, so make sure you follow VickiLEvans.com. She said, believe in yourself and celebrate you even when others don't or won't. That's key. Sometimes they can, but they won't, and it's okay, because you can celebrate you. Encourage yourself, like David said. Okay. All right, let's get ready to go to our next and final Freestyle Friday expert. Let me talk about this beautiful jewel. First of all, she's a comedian, even though she looks very serious, right? She's also just a fun person. So behind the scenes, we get a chance to get to know her from just a relaxed, fun perspective. But then she's also very serious about her knowledge and understanding before she imparts that wisdom to someone else. she takes time to make sure that it's accurate, and she deep dives in making sure of what she's talking about. And to me, I think that's honorable, and I'm excited whenever I get the opportunity to be in the presence of someone that is not just going to tell me any old thing because they think that's what they think that's what it means. That's not what it means. Natasha is going to tell you because she knows what it means. So I'm so honored to have you. You're beautiful, you're pleasant, you're fun, you're funny for real, for real. And she's Canadian too. So we welcome her here on our side of the world. All right, take care. Take it away, Natasha. Unmute yourself.
Here I'm yabbering away and I was on mute. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, ladies, again. So good because I haven't been here in a while. I was teaching on Friday mornings, so I'm really excited to be back to do this. Love doing this. Love connecting with y'all. So today I wanted to talk about workplace well-being, workplace mental health, because we spend, for those of us who have 9-to-5 jobs or in-person type jobs, we spend a lot of time there. And most people I speak to feel that they can't meet the demand of work, which adds stress. And life doesn't stop and go, well, since you have such a high demand at work, I'm not going to bring any other stress. We still have life stress. And so this is one of the reasons people end up experiencing burnout. So I love to talk to people about how do we create an environment in our workplace that helps bolster our mental well-being. And so there's lots of things to do. One, prioritizing our mental health and actually thinking about it. So paying attention to, for you as an individual, what affects your mental health in your workplace? Because if you're not specific, it's like shooting, but you're not hitting something, right? You want to aim specifically at what's affecting you, whether that's a workload, whether it's your colleagues, whether it's your boss. What in that environment do you feel is having an effect, so you can develop strategies specific to that? Knowing yourself. So a lot of people coming out of the pandemic realize I work better from home, or I work better in the workplace, or I work better with hybrid. Are you able to petition for something that fits your needs without taking away from the needs of the workplace? So can you work home 2 days a week if that means that the days you have to go right after work to take your child to an activity, you don't have to add the traffic time? And that makes life a little bit less stressful. Is that possible to get those options? Don't be afraid to ask. If the answer is no, the answer is no. But some people aren't even thinking to check in with their workplaces to see if these are options. Check if it's an option. I used to work at a mental health hospital here in Ontario. And one of the things that I got involved in was all the challenges they created. One, because I'm super competitive. But what I loved about it was I started driving into work, not just going, oh, and I have this to do, and I have 7 meetings today. It was, okay, and I get to do this challenge. And the challenge added movement. They added ways that we were having fun. The challenges helped me get to know people who weren't in my department. And so if you work in an environment where, one, you're able to implement one yourself, or they have something like that, get involved. Do something so that your work environment is not just solely work. Take your breaks. I can't say that enough. I don't know how many times I've been guilty of, I don't have the time to take a break, and I'm sitting there at my desk trying to eat my lunch while I'm trying to do work. But I've never, and then I stay late an hour. I've never felt that I got further along. I always feel like there's still too much to do. So if you know your pile is never going to get to a clean desk at the end of your day by working through your lunch, by staying an hour later, accept that there will be things that are left over and take your breaks. Ernetta talked about rest. Like, this is one of the ways we rest. And if you think about it, rest starts with RE. I think, who said retreat too? Somebody else said retreat. Any word that starts with RE, the re is about adding back something that we already had. So when we're retreating, it's because we need to get back to a certain state. When we're resting, it's because we're trying to get back to a certain state. So examining, what state am I losing that I need to get back to? And how can I use my breaks to be a part of that? How can I have a time where I'm stepping aside from work? So thinking about how to do that. One thing I used to do, I worked in one hospital, and it wasn't always easy to take a break in the break room, because if I was the only one in the break room and the nursing station was empty, I was answering the phone, I was answering the door, because I was the only one hearing it. So I learned I need to walk away from the unit, and trying to find a quiet space because I worked in hospital at the time wasn't always easy. So I would go to the chapel and I would spend time in the chapel, which was great because I could also connect with God, but I also found a really quiet space that allowed me to decompress in the way that I needed, which then I felt refreshed when I went back because I really felt separated enough to get a little bit of a break and then go back into my environment. Engage in professional development. One of the reasons people start to feel burnt out at work is when imposter syndrome kicks in, as systems change, as theories change, whatever your work is. If you are not feeling in tandem with the industry changes, you often feel inadequate, or you feel like you're not doing enough, or you're not capable, and it starts to eat away at our confidence. So if you have an opportunity to go on a one-day training, to do a webinar, whatever that is that continues to enhance your skill set in your area, in your field, engage in that professional development. It will do wonders for how you feel about the work that you do. Keeping in mind, again, what are the things that help you stay mentally well? So are you having healthy snacks when you're at work? Are you eating healthy? Are you doing things that are in general good for your own physical well-being and mental well-being? And the last thing that I want to leave with, because there's so many things that I could go on with, but I always talk to people when I talk about well-being in the workplace is paying attention to what kind of water cooler conversations you have. And what I mean by that is it's easy to get caught up in the over here whispering going, oh, I can't believe this, and da da da. And I always say I'm a venter. I like to get things off my chest. But I started to realize everything we speak out of our own mouths, we also hear. So if I'm speaking the negativity of the environment amongst other people who are doing it, that means I'm ingesting all that negativity, right? Our ears, our eyes are portals for ingestion. So do I want to give myself mental indigestion because I'm taking in all that negativity? Absolutely not. So while it's okay to vent and say, oh, that wasn't that great, pay attention to how much time you sit in those conversations, because you don't necessarily realize how they're eroding your mental well-being and having a negative impact on you. So really be cognizant of how to stay intentional about not sitting in toxic spaces that way. So I'm going to wrap up there because I could go on forever because I love to talk about this stuff, but I'm trying to be cognizant of the time. But I hope that's been helpful.
That's been very helpful. Very, very helpful. Anybody have any comment or anything that you want to say? I saw some comments from Athena saying your lunch break is important, so enjoy your lunch break. Anna Brothers, thank you so much. She's also a talk show host. She said, I'm going back to watch the replay. Good morning. Good morning. And Mother Julia Harper, she's in her 80s, and she actually is on social media. Heart plant recipient, over 20 years. She's had this heart beating in her chest. And Mother Julia Harper said, great show again. Thank you so much. Vicki L. Evans, our expert of many hats, says, hey, I miss you all. Hope we can reconnect on Freestyle Friday soon. Thank you so much, Vicki. We welcome you every time, of course. And there were some other comments, but lots. Okay. Marcin said, realization of your purpose is indeed empowering. To add and parallel, discovering your pace within shall strengthen your vibration as well. And these are comments that's just come throughout the whole show, not just on one specific person. Yes, we must rest and take time for ourselves. And I think this is probably when you all were talking earlier, Sharon, and different. Okay, so lots of comments just have been flooding in, and we appreciate your active participation. That was wonderful tips that each of you shared. Do you have a closing comment that each of you want to share? Feel free to grab that in your mind right quick, and then we're going to get ready to close out. I do want to let you all know a few things. On Monday, we have Malaysia Harrell will be on, and she's going to be talking about how she came from a near-death experience to new life. This woman has had a miraculous change happen in her life. Then on Tuesday, we have Candid Conversations with Ken Canyon about relationships is part 2. If you already checked out part 1, you know you're in for another treat with Ken Canyon. So make sure you tune in for that. This week, I was honored with a No Women Award in the Carolinas area. So I just wanted to let you know that I was really honored to be selected for this. It was interview panel and all of these different things. But there are some phenomenal women throughout the state of North Carolina, and I was distinguished guest to be honored at that. event. So I just wanted to take a moment and say I'm really grateful to Know Women organization in KNOW Women in the Carolinas. So thank you so much for that special recognition. All right, closing comment. Sharon D. Brown, give us a closing comment.
Yeah, I just want to say just to remember to build yourself up with resilience, to build that resilience muscle, just like you would build, your athlete muscle. We need to build that resilient muscles as well.
Excellent, excellent. Natasha, you know what? Tell us a closing comment, but I didn't put your contact information, how people can stay connected with you too. Say that too.
Yes. So on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Natasha A. Halliday. My website's natashahalliday.com. And I'm going to quote a meme I posted on Facebook years ago that said, "Take a break before you break." It's about choosing it. So
Okay. Carrie Ann Hilliard, give us a closing comment, please.
When life becomes overwhelming, don't forget to retreat back and rest so you can move forward.
Oh, I love y'all's closing comments. Okay, give us a closing comment, Arnetta Caldwell.
Yes, I just want to say thank you again for having me, but I want to speak to that woman out there. Maybe you're saying, I am broken, I want to give up. The key is don't focus on your current situation. Look forward to your future, to where God wants to bring you. Keep moving forward. That's the key.
And listen, one of the closes I'll say, everybody, is make sure you all support the Kim Jacobs Show. This is the only way that we can keep our program thriving Monday through Fridays at 11 o'clock a.m. And I say this, but I really do want to say that people are contributing to the broadcast, and I don't take that for granted. This is your opportunity to partner with us as we're bringing balance to the world, one household at a time. I'm a big believer that we can overcome the circumstances that have either been given to us by choice, or by force. So whatever circumstances we're in, do not limit and determine the outcome of our destiny. We can get to the other side of this thing called life. So make sure you pour into the program. And these are ways to do it. Cash App, $ Kim Jacobs Inc. is the main way that a lot of people do it. Or you can join our memberships, motherdreamer.com/join, or our patreon.com, which is behind the scenes content that you never see anywhere else. Patreon.com/The Kim Jacobs Show. Thank you all so much for tuning in to today's episode. Thank you, Mackenzie, backstage. I know you were having a few technical things, and I really appreciate your heart. And thank you to all of you in the virtual studio audience. Athena, thank you. And I know if you had a closing comment, it would be something about bringing joy to the rest of the world. So that's from Athena Robertson. All right, everybody, have a great rest of your weekend. We will see you again right here on the Kim Jacobs Show, Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a great day, everybody. Mackenzie, we can close out. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of the Kim Jacobs Show, and for being in the virtual studio audience. Your presence truly does make a difference, and I look forward to you bringing your friends and family to join you in the virtual studio audience Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I look forward to seeing you, and make it a great day.